So without further ado, I think we should have each person just spend a few minutes. Tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been in real estate, your goal for the year, and just anything you want to share about kind of your just 2016 and then what you're expecting for the new year.
Alice, thank you for the amazing introduction for all of us. I'm going to have Eric talk about our team.
And us. So good. I get to do the talking. Okay, that's the way it usually works. But we're a husband and wife team. Been in business 20 years. Most of our business is from Palo Alto to South San Jose, and with a real emphasis on mid-century modern homes, top school districts, and we do a lot of trust and estates. So those are kind of really some of our fortes. We have a team of 8 buyer's agents and then 3 supporting support staff, along with an ISA group now of 4 people who handle our leads 24/7. We did about 165 million in 2016, and we were on par, and we hope to do over 200. We want to do 250 this next year, this year. We'll see if we can make it. I'd like to do, really, the focus mostly on units. I like to do a unit a day, so 365 units. And if our team, I think, if we get going right, I think we can do that. We're going at the right rate, but as you all know, low inventory, very hard on the buyer side right now, so it's a struggle.
Wow, those are really big numbers. 6 years in the business, I have a team. I work roughly about 3 buyers agent and 2 listing coordinator. I did recruit about 15 agents to my team that downsized. Now I'm the director of inside sales at Clara Real Estate. So we're kind of building that out and doing a straight referral base. So I manage about 40 buyers agent at our company. They're mostly Zillow, Truly, and we also use Chime. My personal team production last year was about 44 million. Sent about 10 million as referral. This year we're trying to do about 80 million, and we'd like to send about 160 million referrals out to the team.
Okay, I'm all by myself. I don't have a team. I hired an amazing new assistant this year, so I am lucky. I know that I'm older and I've been in the business a long time, so my new assistant is much younger, and he's a guy, so he's really fun. We have we have him and we have me. My production last year was 34 transactions. I did about 34 million. This year my goal is and the year before that I did 42, but then I managed last year, so it changed things a little bit. Now I'm smart and I'm not managing, and I'm back. My goal this year is 42. So my production is good so far this year. I've started out like insane. I have a lot of listings, but they're all coming soon, which is really like, get on the market now, but they're all coming soon. So doing well. Real good.
Excellent. So we have an amazing panel up here. We're going to go through.
Can I add something to what Kathy said?
And Kathy forgot to say how much work she does for volunteer. She spent a lot of time giving back to the community. For many years.
Good. So we're going to go through a few questions and really just have the team walk through some of their experiences, both on how they're using technology, but really, more importantly, how they're so successful. So we're going to start with Eric and Chanel. You guys have done an amazing job building up a team, right? You've seen some pros and cons of building a team, so maybe if you can walk us through some of your experiences. What are the benefits of having a team? And more importantly, what should you be cautious about when thinking to start to build a team?
Yeah, thank you. That's a great question. The benefits of the team, I mean, there's so many, but one that really comes to mind is that you have, if you find the right people, you have an amazing group of extremely talented people, and you all share ideas and you all have something different to add. You collaborate, and the best, if there's a problem, or we always have hard days, and there's always something new in our industry, right? So all of us collaborate, and if there's a problem, we all try to problem solve, and the best idea will come to the top. And I think by having a team just talking it through, it makes you the best you can be, and it's an incredible support system to have the people. They become like family. It's an amazing experience to have that. Culture is huge. The team culture, we create this culture. Again, it's like a family. You know, you spend more time working than you do with your family, so you need to like the people you're with. What was the second tier of that question?
How do you find these people?
That is a great question. That has taken years and years and years. And when you find them, you'll know. And so that's one huge caution. And that was something that the founder of his company, we talked about, well, why don't you grow faster? Because running a team would love to grow faster, but we can't because we can't find the right people fast enough. And so when you do find those people, you'll know. I mean, finding the people in network through people that you know, title companies, sales reps, but also, you know, not everyone is a good fit for you. And so you have to be really cautious when you bring them on board because they're representing you, right?
Yeah.
If they're part of your brand, you want them to be like you. And we might be the leaders, but they're all equal to us, right? So you want someone equally powerful to represent your brand.
Yeah, branding is critical, and we're going to go to Kenny for the next question because he's built a brand called Team Fast, and he literally is probably one of the fastest agents in the marketplace, both driving cars, closing deals, on social media. I think he was live streaming when he came up here. But you know, I'd love to have you talk a little bit about how you built the brand and how you leverage social media to really amplify and grow your brand.
So I started this hashtag Fast Agent brand about 4 years ago. Back in, I think, March, I joined Redfin as partner agent. So just to give you a brief summary, in my first year I did 4 million, second year I did 5 million. And then when I joined Redfin that year, I ended up doing 19 million because I just took every single lead they had my profile on it all the time. And then that's when I wanted to start calling it something. And just bought a new car and I was doing deals. I was like, I'm going to call this thing a hashtag Fast Agent. And then over time, I started doing newsletters, branding on social media when hashtags were still very new. They weren't even on Facebook yet. And over the course of that, I started doing branded newsletters. Two years ago, I bought Ben chats, like 15 of them, with just the word hashtag Fast Agent on it. So, because I was having such success on social media, I wanted people to drive on the streets and see that, wonder what that was, and drive them onto online to see my other stuff. So right now I have 199 bench ads in Oakland. I'm in 11 grocery stores and 2 of the column things. And trying to do like 50,000 postcards this year and just really getting that brand out there. And it's growing to the point now a lot of agents are coming aboard to our company. So I run the inside sales team. We have about 40 agents. We're probably recruiting 5 or 6 agents every month right now. And I'll say over 90% of the agents that are coming to our company have been following me on Instagram and Snapchat. So I've been doing all my recruiting through online now. And if they come to see what you're doing, they want to be a part of that and live that lifestyle. It's not HGTV, it's not unrealistic, this is the real stuff, showing homes and opening doors and dealing with and the leads. And they see what the brand is and they want to be a part of that. So it's really exciting time. Like this month, the agents that recruited, they're all like 23, 26 years old, which is just, I'm 32, so I feel old when we're talking to them. Like, what are you guys doing in this business? But you have so much energy, and that's I think why having a team is so awesome because you can leverage, you teach them everything, and they will jump. Jump.
If you guys haven't subscribed yet to Kenny's newsletter, I highly recommend it. Every week it's a different theme. But instead of just putting that theme on the newsletter, he flows it through his entire social media profile.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
So like every week, we've been doing it for 5 years now. You guys see all like 220 newsletters. Every week is a theme. Like last week was Planet Fitness. I think before that it was like Adidas or something. And I do the entire newsletter like that. There's Mario and stuff. So this week is Chinese New Year, Year of the Rooster. But last week I got my first cease and desist letter ever. So that was pretty cool. I posted on social media, I got blasted for it. I said, I wrote something funny back to them. And I said, yeah. And that's what agents really like. They want to see the reality of what it is. And if I got Planet Fitness attention, that's pretty cool.
I call that success.
Yeah.
So I don't have a team, but I do have 6 groups of people that I mentor with and that I mentor. Maria's one of them. We meet frequently and we talk to each other every day. Maria's in one group, but then I have a higher up group as experienced or more experienced than me. So we are not a team, but we share our days with each other every single day. And we talk once a week, and I find I get a lot of energy and a lot of my issues or deals from them, and also a lot of ideas. So I recommend the cheapest way to go, which I guess is cheap, is to get involved with other agents on a mentoring, sharing level. Like, I share everything with them and they share everything with me. And my marketing tools, everything, any of the things that I do with clients, I share with them. My question is, do you want to ask me my question?
Sure. I mean, you started down it, which is great, but I mean, you have amazing success, just being a top producer, and you've seen kind of customer expectations change, you've seen new technologies come in over time. What is kind of one thing you're doing this year to adapt to that? I mean, it sounds like you just hired an assistant, which is great.
I've always had an assistant, but this one is just a little higher paid, a little more talented, but I mean, they've all been good, but this one's really amazing. My biggest thing that I've seen over the last few years that I've done is social media. If you are a Facebook friend, you'll see that I post every morning when I go to the gym. And the reason why I do that is because my friends go to the gym and we all share this going to the gym thing. And then I post business, obviously, too, but I have 5 Facebook pages. I work with all of them. They're all specific to certain places and people and things that they do. I'm very, very active in Instagram and all those other sites, and I like to say it's all me. My assistant and I do it together. I come up with the ideas, we work it, and we put it in. Do we spend a lot of time? We probably do, but it's like an hour of prospecting for us. And if you follow me, you'll see that I'm always on social media or posting. Like if Janelle and I go out to lunch, we're gonna post a selfie, or Marie and I, we're gonna post a selfie. I think it's important to be seen. I also do live videos, talking when I'm in the mood. I'll sit in my car and post a live video, and I just go on and ramble on about what the market's doing or what my car is doing. I think it's important to be seen. And one of the things I always say to new agents is you can hide and be a hiding realtor, or you can be seen and get out there. And the more you're seen, so how do you grow your Facebook? Hey, friend. If they're weird, don't friend them. But friend everybody, and then search friending more, and then search, and then when people like your page, share them on this page. Get your Facebook. I think I have maybe 2,000 follow, maybe more. And they're not all friends, but they're all watching my Facebook pages and learning from me what I have to share. Yes.
And so that is, when you friend all these people that you don't really know, that's your business page? Do you have another
I
that's
have
for kids and
5 pages.
Okay.
My son is grown up.
Yeah, that are for friends, because you don't want to see.
They all see everything.
Okay.
Most everybody sees everything. I wouldn't post that I'm drunk. I wouldn't never post that.
Put you out, Shannon. Darn it. I know.
And watch me on Facebook. No, I'm all like this on Facebook.
It's positive, fun things, but
Yes.
also business things.
Always.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
all the same.
I agree.
Except for when I'm sorry, just something. Except for when I'm specific to the farm or specific to Los Gatos or whatever area the Facebook is.
You have a
But they're
different
all
page
pretty much
for
the
that.
same events.
So has
What are
that
your 5
changed?
pages? I mean, what are the, different kind, do you have like just business, just Los Gatos, what kind of?
So I have living, loving, selling Los Gatos, living, loving, selling Santa Clara County,
Okay.
living, loving. Well, then the other ones are other ones.
Okay,
I
so
have
it's a
one for
similar idea.
Pinehurst Homes, because that's my farm.
Got it.
And if anybody farms says, I'll have to shoot them, but, I have them for everywhere that
Got
I
it.
come up with. Yeah,
But
thank
that's
you.
about relevance, right? So
Yeah.
just creating content
Yeah.
that's relevant to the folks that are following those pages.
But I think if you have the name of what you're doing along in your Facebook name, you get a lot of hits just from the name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it used to be, years ago, I remember they told us to have separate pages.
Yeah,
A personal, a business, and try not to cross them over, so that you could kind of pick and choose and people were seeing what was appropriate that they'd be seeing. You're saying,
Absolutely
it
not.
sounds like this morning,
Absolutely.
more
So they
than
know
once
you.
we've heard that
Yeah.
that's not the case.
I post pictures of my beautiful brand new boxer. I think the people that want to friend me are gonna look what I do that's informative for real estate and read it, but I also think it's important for them to see that I'm human
Right.
and that I joined friends for dinner in Los Gatos. I mean, if you're gonna farm an area, you gotta farm the restaurants, you gotta post that you're there.
Yeah.
Because everyone will think, well, she's a realtor that kind of thinks she's a Los Gatos realtor.
Right.
But if you eat there, walk there, talk there, Starbucks there, it becomes who you are, and they just go Kathy Jackson, Los Gatos. Well, I mean, I hope they do. But, yes.
So just, I'm sorry, really quick, so do you sit down and go, I'm gonna post this here, I'm gonna post this here? Because they're different cities?
No, I share.
Okay, got it.
Unless it's specific. And specific, when there's data and things like that,
Like your,
I generally have my assistant get the data.
yeah,
You know, if there's data for
that's a lot of,
Pinehurst, it's a lot. So, but it's easy, you know, you do a selfie in the car, you're driving around,
Right.
pull over, and do a selfie in the car, a video of what's going on in your day. You know, if you look at my birthday, I post 3 days before my birthday because I want everyone to know it's my birthday and I'm still alive, right? And I'm still rocking and rolling, I'm driving around in my Mustang. And so I post, and it's silly, but I get more likes on that than almost
Right.
anything. And when you post a live versus post a still, it's totally a different kind of, I mean, it's amazing. And I do post those things on my business pages. Pardon me? Yes. So I want them to know I'm fun, because I am a little bit goofy. I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm a little goofy, and I want them to know that, but maybe they want an agent that has a little bit of spunk in her. So that's, if they like me, and that's what they know about me.
You are your brand, right?
Yeah.
And so on social media, you're representing yourself, and
Yeah.
people are investing and working with you, right, and your team. So that's what makes you unique.
Whenever I hire anybody, any new company or anybody, I always say to them, I'm Kathy. This is Kathy Jackson. I'm proud of it, and don't you ever tarnish the Kathy Jackson brand. Because really, my assistant, you ask him, what are we doing? We're doing the Kathy Jackson brand. Because I think it's as important as anything, as it is yours. So my name is bigger on every single thing I do than my company name, don't tell on me, than anything else, don't tell on me. My name is always the biggest print. And I met with a marketing guy, and he says, who's in charge of this flyer? My name was bigger. So he knew.
That's right, that's key. So let's go back to technology, which is kind of the theme of today. And I'd love to have each panelist talk through, you know, what is one piece of technology that you started using? It could be social media technology, it could be anything. It could be BombBomb for emails that's really made an impact for your business last year.
Actually, I think smart water is probably the best thing because it keeps me awake. But I think technology has just been what it is. It's phones, but the program I use probably for me is still antiquated, and I still use Outlook. But you know, I'm on it all the time. I'm on my clients. I don't really have like anything other than that. Everybody goes into my Outlook, and I use it. I am looking into a new one. I just started reviewing contractually and constant contact, and now look up Chime because I am going to go into a new CRM. I think they're important that you stay up with it, and you just really, it's hard to do. And those kind of systems help you be more efficient. And efficiency is real important.
So 2 things. Email is still one of my biggest things. So my newsletter every week is on MailChimp. So I group every single person that's ever emailed me onto my MailChimp. And I love it when people accidentally reply all, and it's like, no, you missed that. And then they'll get stuck in my CRM. So I mail out to 4 different groups on MailChimp right now. I mail out to pretty much every single person, and then I have a group specifically for past clients. So this is one group, past clients, my spares of friends and family, and my future seller leads listing. So whenever I have a new listing or just open house or something, or coming soon, I'll send it to that specific group. And the 3rd group I send to all of the Oakland and Berkeley Association Realtors, because I'm with help with Joe, we are recruiting very heavily in the East Bay market right now. And then there's a 4th group that's called Bucketed. I'm not sure why, but MailChimp actually doesn't send it to every single person. I realized that about a month and a half ago, so now I have a separate group of 4,000 people that I send to. And contextually is really good too for emails, because you can send one-offs, like home anniversary. I already sent out all my happy home anniversary for the next 5 months already, with a quote template we have. So it'll go March 2nd, 7:54 a.m. to go out, and then we'll be getting good responses on that. And the cool part about contextually is it tracks when people open your email, and if you sync MailChimp to contextually, you can track all that too. So that's for my personal stuff. To manage the teams, I actually have 2 separate teams right now, working on a 3rd one in San Jose. So I have a San Francisco team, and we use Chime CRM. We were using Commissions Inc., which we've ended. I mean, Commissions Inc. is kind of crazy. It's not very intuitive. It's not good to look at. It's a huge learning curve. Now we moved the team to Chime so I can monitor everyone's every deal, every single email. One of the things I like about the CRM like Contextually or Chime is you just send it right from your Gmail or anything without those weird code emails at the end that you might see in Boomtown or Convention Sync. And then my personal production team, we use FirePoint. I like FirePoint because it's also very cost effective. It's very colorful, it's easy to learn, and they have call recording. So all my new agents that I bring on board, we can listen to all their phone calls. So it ramps up the training a lot easier. So this is a weird thing I do every lead we come in that comes to both platform. I end up deleting San Francisco leads for FirePoint and deleting the open East Bay leads from Chime. And I think we're around like 40 different zip codes right now on Zillow and Trulia, so we are also #1 across 5 counties. So we get a lot of leads through there.
So for me this year, actually, or this last year, I've done a lot of scaling back on technology because it's been one of those things that has kind of overwhelmed our, I think in a way, cannibalized our brand. So I'm actually, I moved over to Chime last year to actually simplify a lot of what we do. So I'm letting go of my 2 REW sites, and they've been very good, but over the years it's just too much to keep up all the content on these 2 sites. And then letting go, I had Commission Sync as well, which was roughly $1,600, and it was dysfunctional.
Before ad spend.
The support was just a nightmare. So, really for me, I just wanted something that was easy, intuitive, something that I could, if I want to ramp up my lead flow, I can. I mean, you guys know we do a lot with Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com, but at the same time, we always look at, like, what are we paying cost per lead? And now with Zillow's, pay-per impression model, you can actually see what you're paying, and you can kind of then start to look at where are you going to get your best bang for your buck. Maybe it's at Zillow, maybe it's through Chime, maybe it's through focusing more on your social networks. But whatever the case may be, I think what I'm really focusing on this year is just looking at the metrics, and while we're kind of going through a rebrand right now, waiting to see what else we may leverage. But I mean, the things that I see that I think everyone should be using nowadays is like Matterport. It's just it's a technology that if you're not using it for your home sales, you're nuts, because you got to figure a third of the buyer pool has influencers that are usually in the Far East. And in the past, the parents used to have to fly over to take a look at the house because they made that purchase. But with something like Matterport, they can actually make a pretty informed decision. So nothing spectacular other than Chime. So that's it.
Matterport's a great tool, by the way. It helps you take, is it kind of 3D video and photos, and it actually feels like you're walking through the house when you're doing it.
I think they just launched an app, didn't they? Didn't Matterport or
I believe they did.
They just launched an
Yeah.
app.
And
So
some
it's
VR tools that probably in the next year or two will be,
gonna be life-changing for
be
us.
amazing.
So Eric covered our technology sector, but I'd like to say that what we've done for technology over the years is we can't be afraid to spend money in our business because it will come back, and we just throw money at different places. And wherever we feel we're gonna get the best ROI, like Matt was talking about, we stick with it. We're hoping that Chime, because they have amazing people, are gonna be the end all, and we're never gonna have to have another CRM, and we're gonna be able to cut back on a lot of the technology that we're using, because it's gonna be all in one.
I gotta get back to work.
So that would be the end all, and we're hoping it will be, because it has been confusing over the years when Eric goes, no, we're going from this to this to this, and so I just kind of roll with it, put on my roller skates every day and change.
Data is critical, right? I mean, you're all running small businesses, and without data, you're kind of flying blind to what's working and what's actually giving you an ROI for your investment. So it's really important to figure out what are the right numbers to track, right? Spend is obviously one, because it's measurable, how much money is leaving your pocket, and then how much money is coming back in your pocket, right? And then divide the two and you get an ROI. It's pretty simple, but without that, it's really hard to make decisions on where to invest and how to grow your business. Okay, so let's talk about referrals and Sphere. right? Because at the end of the day, that's the core of the business. Leveraging your network, growing your network, being present in front of your network, and getting them to tell people why you're great, right? So I'd love to hear, I think each of you have done something slightly differently on how you manage your sphere, how you grow your sphere. Let's pass the mic around and talk about that topic.
If I had more time in a day, I would call everyone in my sphere. But because over the years, Eric and I have been in business together for over 20 years, we've consistently over the last 5 years been over 100 transactions a year. So our sphere is really, really big, and we know realtors across the nation, and that's a way to get to them is do different events where you can network with realtors, like events with Trulia and Zillow, the Zillow Group, Inman, different ways to see a lot of people all at one time. But Eric is really good at doing the marketing and getting in front of people, and I allow my team to connect or to be in front, like Kathy was saying, you want to be in front of your network, and so that's I'd say Eric's lead on that. And obviously I get out socially as much as I can, social events, being at the school. I'm a realtor for the school, my daughter's school, and there's how many realtors, and I didn't do anything special except for volunteer all the time, and it was fun, and I wanted to do it. And so all of a sudden, I'm the go-to agent at the whole elementary school, just by volunteering. So here's everyone.
So I would say one of the things you want to do is just do something that other people aren't doing. So like everybody sends out their Christmas cards or their holiday cards. Send out a card for Valentine's Day or for 4th of July or Chinese New Year, something different. I think everybody tries to do the same thing. It's like, no one needs another pie, okay? And not that we haven't used things, it's just again, people in the valley here are very sophisticated, so a standardized drip doesn't work too well. You want to keep things simple, you want to be unique, and I think, hence why we're kind of going through a rebrand right now is there's a lot of our business is built on the emotional component that I think Kathy explained so well. And what makes her brand so good is it's a personal brand. And in order to grow a personal brand, they have to know you in a personal nature. So I think that's kind of we put more efforts into that this year. And I think it will come back tenfold. So I think everybody should be leveraging social. It's free, so it's really just your time.
Well, I just was curious, because talking about the referral thing and keeping in touch with your clients, do you do a client party? A lot of people do the client parties every year. So you guys have 10 million clients. Can you?
We just go to parties.
You just go to their parties, okay.
Usually what we do is, the one thing we do is we try to check out all of December, because most people kind of slow down anyways.
Yeah.
But this year we had such a lag time, but we ended up getting a 2-week vacation. So for us, we kind of work around the consumer. The consumers, but we don't have.
You don't do it, yeah.
We don't do any
I
kind
know.
of parties. I think what would happen is we'd have to do kind of split
Yeah,
parties.
because you have so many.
Yeah, I think that would be the problem. We probably should just have a blowout party one time and just put them all together and see, what happens.
Rent a cruise
Probably
ship.
some fights and some pretty ugly things, but it could be fun.
Be good.
Referrals last year, about 85 units, half of Zillow, Trulia. Core of those units were referrals through either past clients or other agents. You're supposed to turn over like 10% of your book of business every year from past deals to referrals. Haven't been really good at getting referrals or staying in touch with past clients because we're always gaining business. But I've added everyone on Facebook. When we have postcards like for certain holidays, we send them that. Email, other than the email marketing, we're also I sent a Christmas email. Last year my Christmas email was actually marijuana themed. It had no collateral sale on it. That was a big hit. I got a ton of responses from other agents. And then I did a forgot, this one was animated, but I still use email. That's why email is really important, to be able to put them on contextually and email them. I have a Valentine's Day email coming out, like Groundhog's Day, Martin Luther King. You want to be where people aren't normally in. You want to be in the mix of that. I also use a tool called callaction.co. It's an autoresponder on Zillow for any phone call, incoming phone calls. So every month, I send out, so I have about like 1,100 leads on there. Every certain holiday, I turn it on for a year. It will automatically send out text messages to entire databases. 30 an hour, maximum 8 hours a day. So half time, every month I send out like 1,000 texts automatically. And for New Year's, for Groundhog's Day, for Chinese New Year, for, hope you're having your New Year's off to a great start. Or do you have Martin Luther King Day off? That's great, or something. So why is that important too? So on certain tools, at Chime, you can actually text them right with the virtual number right from there. And you can template it, hi, Happy New Year. And you can send out to every single person in your database. I know Contextually is also releasing a max text function, so I'm excited when that comes out. So I can send out hundreds and hundreds of texts at a time. And that's real people you know. And I mean, again, to make your job easier, you have to do good marketing and you go scale everything. So everything I do, I try to do 1,000 of it. And Contextually, I send out enterprise version, I send out 1,000 emails a day if I have a cool template. So imagine the Valentine's Day, I have my database is about 21,000 people now. I will try to send out 1,000 emails a day, whoever doesn't get hit, and even if you have a 0.0001% conversion, that's still a bunch of responses.
Wow, I'm so different.
We're like you.
I don't do any of that. I'm trying to figure out if that's my game. Right now, I know it's not. I have about 1,000 in my database grown over the years, and I contact all 1,000 before Christmas. They all get a Christmas card. They're all hand addressed. They're all handwritten by me. I don't watch TV, so I have a lot of extra time that a lot of people don't have. I send every single holiday you get a card from me, and in between you get an anniversary card, and I always know your birthday, and I don't send you a card for your birthday. I send you a selfie, a video. I've already recorded it. It's me singing happy birthday to you. I don't know if you've seen it, but everybody gets, I make a new one every year, and they all get me singing happy birthday. So, and it's goofy, and I like it, and everybody gets one on their birthday. I have come from old school where my dad said belly to belly is the best way to go, so my Starbucks bill every month is astronomical, but it used to be taking them out to lunch. I got cheaper, now I don't want to buy lunch. And now what I do is I take everybody to Starbucks. One day I had 7 appointments in Starbucks with past clients. I was wired to the gills. Somebody know anything there that's not caffeine, yeah. But, and then I don't drink coffee either, so it's all tea.
1,000 people are still.
No, I use Outlook.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't forget who I've called, and I don't forget who I've taken out. And as you see, 34 deals, I would probably say 28 of them are personal referrals, if not more. I did do Zillow. Sorry, I did for 3 years, spent a fortune. I got probably 15 deals out of it. And good. I know it works for people because Julie Weiss is my BFF, and it works for her, it works for you guys. It did not work for me, sorry. I don't know why I got a lot of dates, and I got married, and one guy wanted me to list his house he didn't own, so I went to the listing appointment and said, something's not right. It's listed anyway. So for me it didn't work, but you have to have the skills to make it work, and they do, and I didn't. I'm more old friends, I am more, and the other thing I am, which I want everyone to know when you're new in the business, if you're quiet about what you do, you're not going to be a realtor. I am loud. I wear this, I work at Sereno now, but before that I worked at another company. I had all their garb. I have so much Intero clothes, you wouldn't believe it. Now I'm buying at Sereno. I go to the gym with the Sereno hat, the Sereno t-shirt, Sereno sweats. I'm having new shirts printed with my name on the back with Sereno. I think it's important that everyone in your life knows what you do. And you don't go, yeah, I'm a realtor and I'm really embarrassed.
Secret agent.
Yeah, no. You go, hey, guess what? I got my real estate license. I'm super excited and I'm going to knock it out of the park. Everybody needs to know. Every party you go to, don't go, hi, I'm Kathy Jackson, I'm a realtor. Hi, I'm Kathy Jackson, I'm a real estate agent. You cannot believe the amount of leads I've gotten shopping at Costco. You would not believe it, and it's from my shirt. So, for my tag. So don't be quiet about it, be loud, and cherish your friendships. Maybe they list with someone else because you might be new. So you say, oh, they're not my friend anymore. Well, that would be me, but not you. You have to cherish that friendship because they're going to have somebody that moves. Maybe they don't like that realtor. Maybe that realtor goes invisible. They're going to hide. Don't hide. Everything, contact them. So my clients every single month get a text from me, but I text individually. And every one of them gets a phone call from me, and every one of them gets an email from me. I'm sorry, not every month. I do it in stages. Every month you get an email. Every month you get a text. Every other month. So I'm contacting everybody every 3 months in a certain way. I don't say the same thing and I don't think the same thing. And sometimes you get an audio. But I want these people to give me business. And I've just found for my deals, I farm heavily. I'm a big farmer. I've been farming so long I feel like those people are my friends now. So pretty much they're a COI. And I had a lot of success in farming in the beginning and open houses. I'm very good at open houses. And then belly to belly, as my dad would call it. So that's what I do. And by the way, it's almost all free, except for the farming.
I would comment on being social. So I meet with a lot of new agents for coffee. They all want to be seen on social media, but the thing is, when they think social media, they think website, or they think my Trulia or Zillow profile, and you'll go on their Instagram, you go on their Facebook, you go on their Twitter, and everything's private. And they don't even realize that these are pretty smart, savvy millennials, and they say they want to be social, but they can't be found. So they pretty much want someone to go on their page, see their bio, be impressed, and work with them. It doesn't work like that, and that's why I think we have a pretty easy time recruiting agents. I think they're more authentic, or they're in tune with social media. They're more comfortable being themselves, and they know you can be more successful by pretty much attracting the people who want to work with you. So whatever you are, just be more of it. If you like nature, you like running, do more of that. You like going out, do more of that. We have a guy I'm working with in San Francisco office right now. He wants to be more social. He does a lot of deals a year. I think he does like 300-400 grand GCI with no system, no structure, anything. I was like, it's kind of very impressive. And then he wants to build a brand. I was like, and he likes nightlife and stuff. I was like, you should go access Hakkasan, those San Francisco nightclubs, and build your website style to look more like that, and do more things like that, because that's the kind of client base he has already. And so we probably won't compete for the same clients he will. No, nobody here would if he does more of that.
No, I was just gonna. Are we gonna talk about what we would do if we were new?
Of course, yeah. So amazing experience on this panel. I think they've shared a ton of great insights from many styles of doing real estate and building your business. But it's always fun to kind of flash back and say, as a veteran in the space, an accomplished person in the space, what is one thing you wish you knew on the day you started?
Come on, Janelle.
So one thing that I wish someone told me when I was new was, be yourself, right? Be yourself. It's simple. And I've seen a lot of these realtors, and they do all this training, and they sound like a clone, and they sound really, I don't want to say it, but dumb, because they sound just like everyone else, and they have these voicemails that sound just like everybody else. And they don't sound genuine, even though they're probably really, really genuine, good people, but they sound like a can. They're so canned. And so I would say, just be genuine, be yourself. Since you're new, be honest. Let them know that you're new, and you have time, and you care, and you're going to give them the attention that they need. I think the number one reason why people hire realtors, the first criteria is trust, right? Trust. So I didn't know that when I started. It was natural for Eric and I, because we're sincere, we're good people, right? If you're a good person, people know that and they feel that. So just reach out to your clients, let them know that you have their best interest at heart. Be yourself. Don't try to be anyone different. I think that's probably the best takeaway I could have. And your business might start slow because you're not being someone else, but eventually it's gonna be like Kathy Jackson, larger than life. It'll go viral for sure. Okay, I'll let Eric talk.
I would say, along with the be yourself, I would say a few things. Don't focus on the paycheck. Don't focus on the client, and the money will come. But I think people get so focused on the commission check, they lose sight of what they're in business for. And I would say the most important thing that I think I didn't do because of my ADD, which put me in 100 different places at once, is, think local, but think hyper-local. Think like, if I want to, there's an area that I know, work that area. If it's one complex, one condo complex, know that complex, know it better than anyone there, and work from that complex to the next. Don't sit there and try to start in a million different places. Focus in one place and know it like the back of your hand. Know the history of it, know who the developer is, what the plans are. If it's a condo complex or if it's a housing development, you should know everything about it. You should know who's thinking of selling, everything. And farming works. It definitely works, and I think that is one of the best ways to start if you're starting out. And find an area also that's less competitive. So a place where there isn't someone like Kathy who runs the neighborhood. Okay.
I think we tried to get in your farm when we first started.
Yeah,
And
you
then
almost
we-
lost
and
a
then we
leg,
ran right
right?
Wait, what's the question?
What was the one thing you'd tell
Oh,
everyone?
one thing, get a mentor, get a team, go to every single one of these events you can go to. In my first 2 years, I literally went to every single training I could. I drove to San Jose, wanted to create wherever Sacramento for like these expos, conferences to really absorb material. Inman News was big. You have Tom Ferry stuff. You have Mike. Last year I went to Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, Inman, and whatever one I just said. I went to 5 conferences in a row for a month and a half. Learned everything there was to learn for that year. Be for yourself. Really have a strong brand to figure out what it is, and just be know area really well. I remember when I stopped being Riffin partner agent, I saw the growth of West Oakland, and I spent everything I had in West Oakland. I farmed that area. I got my bench out in the area, the Dillon Truly area. It actually took me 12 months until I got my first listing in the area. But the notoriety I got in the media and through social media, they all knew I was a West Oakland guy. But I actually didn't. I only represent buyers there, and now I do most of the deals in that area. Also now I've always focused on Oakland. I'm #1 units closed for the last 5 years combined Oakland, and that's why any Oakland agent that wants to sell in Oakland, they come to me. They want to learn the ropes. They want to know all the properties. They want to do the marketing, and that's what we have to offer for them.
So let's see, somebody new, I wish they told me. So I used to sell cars and I made a fortune selling cars, so I thought I'd get into real estate and I'd sell like 2 or 3 a week, So it's first realize what you're gonna be putting in. It's not the first day out the door, the first open house. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. The other thing is remember to save for your taxes because you need to pay taxes before you can eat. And the one thing is, in the first 6 months I sold real estate, I listed about 12 properties, seriously. I didn't sell any one of them. I lost all of them because I didn't know what I was doing. I just go, hi, you want to list? Yeah, okay, and we'd sign all the paperwork, and it'd be worth like 200,000, I'd list it for like 500. Hey, why not? I got a listing, right? So then, it was right before Christmas, I decided I was going back to the car business. My broker said, sit down. For 2 weeks, I want you not to have a personality. I want you not to have a brain. I want you to do everything I tell you to do. And if you think, well, I can do it better this way, you don't get that opinion. All you get to do is listen to what I tell you to do. Don't go for nails. Don't go for lunch. Don't meet your girlfriends. Don't do any of that stuff. You're going to work your ass off for the next 30 days. And I said, no, I'm going back to car business. God forbid I did. But anyway, so I said, okay, I'll give you 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, I sold 3 houses, I closed them, and then I got on my career. Because I put my stuff that I thought I was so smart about aside and listened to what a senior agent would tell me. So my best advice to you is to go to your office, be there every single day, listen to what everyone says. Don't go argue with them, just listen. If you're not sitting near a top producer, go and sit in someone else's desk or sit at a flex desk and listen. Don't argue, listen to what they say, because I know how to argue with another seller or agent or whatever better than you do. So listen to how I do it, and then take your own and learn what you think you know. Go to, like he says, go to every single class. It's free. I say don't pay. In the beginning of your career, you don't have that kind of money. So go to every single class you can that's free. You can, for about $6, take Kathy Jackson out for coffee. And I'm serious. Go find a top producer in your office and ask them, can I have a half an hour? You can have a half an hour of my time for a cup of tea. You can have an hour for a sandwich. Go find someone in your office that is kind and nice and a producer, and you want to be like her, be like him. Take them out. I still ask top producers out to lunch, and I pay. And I say, you know, Joe Velasco and I are good friends. I take him out to lunch. Now we're practically best friends. Gino Bafari used to take him out to lunch all the time. I paid because I want the information he has to share. So find a top producer, take him out to lunch, let someone mentor you, and by the way, get someone to share your first listing or two with, because you're gonna take 12 listings and they're not gonna sell. So you wanna get that one listing, go to the one you took out to lunch. Let's say you really like Kathy Jackson. Take her with you, share the listing, and just let her show you everything that needs to be done. Don't think you're gonna know how better to do it, because you're not. You know, my son just got in the business, and I'm having a heck of a time telling him how to present an offer the way I present them, because most of mine get accepted. But he's learning. Now, you don't take that learning curve for very long. Just go find a mentor and follow what they say to do. That's my biggest advice. You had a question?
So I just want to say, I took your class last year and I was so inspired. So,
Oh, wonderful.
and
Which
I-
one?
We have a class and it's something.
Yeah, you did it here. I don't know.
Oh, it was my open house class and anything else you wanted to know.
Yeah, it
And
was
I
awesome.
offered you to buy me a cup of coffee. You didn't.
No, but I took all your free advice.
Oh, good. Anyway, okay.
Excellent. Do we have any questions?
Too with the learning from officer, when we have agents call, we try to get all agents to do their call. We don't role play, but we really try to get all the agents to do the calls and do them all together, one by one, so we can critique each other and they can, you know, learn what's working, what's not.
Yeah.
We don't, so we have people sounding less like robots.
Question?
Actually, I'm sorry. I actually have a farming question for those of you that farm consistently. I've been in the business over 10 years and I farm consistently every month. Is there any advice you could give to, so I can see any faster return or better return or something to do other than just my mailing? Sometimes I do twice a month.
Do you drop? Do you mail? What do you do?
I mail, sometimes I drop.
They need to
infrequently.
see you. You
Yeah,
need to
I
check in when
just
you're
run-
walking the street.
I run to the door and then run back to the car.
That's fine, but you need to check in, and once a month is not enough. You need to do it more. If you look for the top agents at farm, they do it every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks. Never have a farm bigger than 500 if it's you individually. Never, because you can't pay for all that you need to pay for, and you can't walk it. You know, I don't know about you, but for me, I can't walk my 500 farms.
So you're walking twice a month?
No,
Oh.
I said, get in them.
Okay.
Do something with them twice a month. So drop, mail, do EDDM, although that's not my favorite way because it looks mass produced. I
Right.
still would rather drop or mail. For Christmas, I know you guys are not gonna believe it, but almost 3/4 of them got Christmas cards from me because I've known them all so long, and if I recognize the name, they go into my personal database. If they go in my database, they get a Christmas card, right? So be visible. Be physically visible in that farm, and don't have, where do you work?
Morgan Home.
Don't have boilerplate flyers. Don't.
Well, that's my other question. So you're knocking on the door, you're handing them something, or where the content that you're giving them, it's different than just here's your market snapshot and.
Always comps of the neighborhood, comps of the area, comps of Santa Clara County, and then a story about California. Always have some really important information on one side, and on the other side have something, like for me, Valentine's Day, here it comes, I have the greatest flyer, I'm not gonna tell you about it, but if you friend me on Facebook, you'll see it. Because it's a great flyer, you'll laugh, you go, I can't believe she did that. But anyway, have something not boilerplate, not boilerplate. And, oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. And what's the biggest name on the page? Yours. And what's the biggest picture? Yours. And it's not passport picture anymore. Don't do passport picture. They don't work. You need a body picture. Even if it's only half a body, and even if you're not proud of your body, you know, you rock your body, so hide behind the clipboard, right? Whatever, but you have to be somebody they recognize at the gym or at the grocery store. I walk in the gym and people go, hey, I got your flyer, you're such a joker, you know? Yes.
Well, I have a question regarding the team setting. As the team leaders, how do you differentiate your role compared to your buyer's agents? Do you do mostly just lead gen and then you pass it down to buyers? What are their responsibilities and versus your responsibilities?
So as I was growing my team, I mean, I tried unsuccessfully to grow 2 small teams. I think I'm on to this time. A lot of the stuff coming last year, I tried to work with everyone 50-50, but it's just too much accountability. People weren't performing, and that's why now I've shrunk it down to a core team of like 2 buyers agent and 2 listing agents. and the rest of it we just refer out all the business and capture referral on that. And then and we're also now using leads to attract agents from other offices. So I'm feeding a lot of other agents' offices right now that I know have interest in coming over, and they have almost all came over at some point when we stopped the lead flow to them. So between that and showing the training and stuff I do on social media, because then they're learning a lot of stuff. They're more than their manager, the broker, whatever, their team leader, through Snapchat, Instagram stories, they're messaging me all day. I was like, at some time they need to pick me up for coffee, and then we talk, and then at some point they have more interest, and more interest, and so I do two things. I just refer out, and then some of my more seasoned agents are people I have a lot of. I think they have a lot of potential. We work on that. And we recently just signed up for Curator too, because we want to diversify some of the stuff. And I'm making that a mass platform for all the really good agents I want to partner up with, and because that does retargeting other stuff. And I'm not allowing any of the primary agents come on this, this exclusive higher zip code platform unless they're good. And another thing I'm doing in the office right now is we're bringing the seasoned agents in and pairing them with the younger agents. So I'm working on becoming a team leader, all teams. I'm building about 5 mini teams right now within our office, and I'm also working with a special team in San Jose.
So I try to do as little work as possible right now, and do marketing and training. And,
Drive the fast car.
yeah, drive around just.
With the video camera on.
Yeah.
So Kenny brought up a good point about the lead generation. So because our lead generation is so huge, our lead flow has always been really big. We had no choice but to grow our team just to control where the leads were flowing to. And what I found is each individual is so different, where that's why we haven't grown bigger than we are, is because I look at each individual and I find out what they're good at and what they're not good at, and like he was doing, he pairs them up. So some people, some people want to be more independent, some people want your help, so you really have to get to know each person. And so if you are going to grow your team, you have to realize it's going to take away from your personal business, but ultimately you'll win in the long run because you'll be able to do more transactions and be less involved. But in the beginning, you're going to really need to be involved and that's part of the branding as well, because you want a certain level standard of care, right? So you have to be very clear on what your standards of care is, how you work. Since we're in the same tier where we're doing a lot of online lead gen, they have to understand how to respond to that, because you can give them leads, you can give 2 different people the same leads, and one of them is going to close 5 and one of them is going to close 0. And a lot of that is having really good communication and taking the time. This is the systems, this is how we work. It's not easy, but once you get everything super dialed, it'll start kicking in, and you'll get those referrals like he was talking about. We didn't talk about our referral checks, but we have really big referral checks, and we need those because it helps recapture a lot of the money we spent on online lead gen. And we do refer out to, it's always good to build relationships all over the nation and all across the county. And one thing that Kathy touched on, which was really big, that Eric always talks about to our team, is look at something is better than nothing. So if you can't do it on your own, then share it with someone. And when you share, you're learning and you're growing together. And one thing I would recommend too is always choose the same people to work with, because sometimes it's just like any time you're doing business. Sometimes you're going to make money and sometimes you're not. But if you're spreading yourself with different people, then some people are going to feel shortchanged. But if, okay, we made easy money this time. This time we didn't make any money, right?
So to clarify that your role is more like the lead gen, the system, the operation side, and then once you get the leads, you pass it down to your agents and have them complete the whole transaction from showing to escrow, everything.
Yeah, I would say so the beauty of having a team is you can pick the skill sets that you really like and you can focus on them. So when we meet people, for example, listing presentation, I focus on 3 things. I have a design background, communication background, and I love to negotiate. So if I can get in every negotiation for the team, I will do it. That's my strong suit. And then Eric has a marketing background. So everyone has on the team their own kind of claim to fame. And I don't want to be bigger than anybody else. I want to be equal to my team members, because if I'm bigger, then everyone's going to be coming to me all the time. I want everyone to stand out for whatever reason. Eric's marketing expertise, right? He can talk about marketing. If people want to talk to me about marketing, I'll say, yeah, I'll give you my 2 cents, but really, I have to defer this to Eric because he's the professional in that, right? And then some people really like to show properties. I haven't shown properties for years. I don't like showing properties.
I think that's like really huge the part. So I'm the lead generator, but I really try to treat myself just as a partner for all the agents. Because then when you have the hierarchy of team, then everyone goes to you for everything. That's why we're really big in cross training. Every time someone has like a question, they're not sure how to do this or this, we'll say, hey, let's gather together, we'll do a group training. So we really try not to do one-on-one too much. And something new that we're trying out in the office is that farm. I just started doing farming this year. I've been really bad at it. I got it, and I feel like that's somewhere I really need to target. I'm working with all these partners in the office. That's why I don't have contracts with them anymore. I pick the people I want to work with on certain deals or refer out certain deals. And now every time we close a deal with even the deals I wasn't involved in, I ask the agent, like, do you want to do farming for it? I'll pay for it. And then that way I can get my face on a couple hundred transactions a year. And then when they call in, and let them be the primary, and I'll be the secondary person on the postcard, because a lot of them look better than me. And then we use callaction.co, so we track the phone calls coming in, and I have a dedicated phone number to each agent. That way, if I can farm and leverage off their sales, because new agents, they don't want to spend a couple $100. They're not going to get that return. It would be great if I could stick my face on every single postcard, on every single sale in the office, and then the deals come in, and we just do our 50-50, but I'll be the primary because I generate that lead.
Excellent.
So leverage. So I mean, everyone wants a team, but maybe it's a lot easier for you to partner up with a lot of agents in your office. Be less formal, structure, and because you need to feel each other out. At Climb, I know there's been a lot. We have like $100 million team, a $60 million team, and they've cycled through a couple of different partners, and they found their way. It took a while, and then now we have some really, really powerful partnerships in the office.
So we're gonna do the last question.
I mean, I'm asking all the three teams. If you are given an opportunity to start the business today, how you will start? Goenga team, highly successful team in our area.
One condominium to 2 condominiums to 3 condominium complexes. Like, I'd start hyper-local in one area. That's what I would do. And I would know it like the back of my hand. I know everything about that area. And I'd hope you live close to that area or live in the area. It would make the most sense.
And that's coming from the person who can't focus.
And by the way, 25% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So I always tell that to everyone on my team and anyone. Like, look, if I get a lead, it's in Atherton, and I know that like more than likely Gullickson's gonna get that business. It makes more sense for me to refer it to Gullickson, take my 25%, than just getting 100% of nothing. So I would say focus on your strengths and where you know you have not a chance in whatever, I don't want to say it, but you're not possibly going to get that. So you can go out and, if it's good to be able to handle rejection, but at the same time, you just throw away 25% of a $10 million sale. Okay? That's the way I look at it.
If I was starting today, and that's how I did it. My average price for the first 2 years of my business was $200,000. And I was driving, showing 10, 15 buyers a week. But the thing is, by doing a lot of those deals, you might not get a large paycheck, but you can ramp up your reviews and building your database really fast. And those reviews, people who read reviews, they don't necessarily look at the price point on the reviews. On Yelp, there's also no price point. It might just say the neighborhood, and then some people might not even say the neighborhood. So if you can do more deals, make sure you do a really good job and get that review. That's how you're able to scale your business. Because right now people are vetting you online, and if you don't have the reviews, that's not a big deal, and that's where social media comes into play. I've worked with a lot of brand new agents that do really, really well right now because they found the brand. And if you're not good at generating leads, maybe just get on the team, or ask someone, ask the agents in your office, are there any buyers you can work with them? Not just hold their open houses. This is just the core of the business. If you're good at what you're doing, probably have too many clients to work with, and you're not able to service your clients correctly or to the best of your ability, and people fall through cracks. You didn't follow them for a couple of weeks, they talked to someone else, and you lost that business. And that's where it comes down to whether getting a percentage or something or 0 or nothing. So find people to work with, and just
do more deals at whatever price point it might be within, your work schedule or with a good work-life balance.
So if I was starting today, I'd first set out my goals, then I'd do my top 7 for every day, which is what I do every morning, 5 days a week, is I write down the 7 most important things I want to get done that day, and by God, I'm going to get 7 things done that day. So I organize my day. I would farm, I would open house, and I wouldn't do a lot of nail appointments and coffee appointments. I'd really work, and I'd be smart about what I'm doing and watch what other top producers do. Pardon me?
Yeah, time block.
Time block. You really gotta, I've done Gino Blafari taught me to do top 7 8 years ago. Since I've been doing it, which I do it 5 days a week, I am so organized. I know what I have to do coming in 15 minutes. I know what I have to do in an hour. I know what jobs I have to finish today, and I will not rest until all 7 of them are done, or there's a big reason why they're put off. So I believe in being very organized. Goal setting is huge. Read a good book all the time. Shoe Dog is a great book for young new beginners. Magic of Thinking Big. It's old, but it's good, and it's worth it's a great book to listen to or to read, and I'm a huge reader. So if you ever run out of books to read, you can just call me. But I think you just got to get your mindset going and focus. Do everything you think you can do until you can't do it. Like I used to cold call all the time. Now it's a little bit harder to get phone numbers, so I don't cold call anymore. But I do door knock, I do farm, I do open houses, and I tell everybody in the world what I do for a living.
I think the book thing is really important too, because as a new agent or even a seasoned agent, you might lack the confidence. So last year we read about 14 books. Audible, I did like 1.5 times speed. And you're in a car driving around, so return book. So I read a couple books on mindset, like willpower, morning. They're like written by like people from SWAT or whatever. It really gets your mind in the right place. Because right now you might be in the slump or you haven't had a strong year. Those books really get you going and get you in the where you need to be.
One last thing to say is, I think Gino might have said it. Always expect something to happen. Always be prepared for something to happen. Like, wake up, get dressed, be ready. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna make it happen. And also, one thing that I always like to do is try to get out of your comfort. Get out of that comfort. If you're in your comfort zone, then you're not gonna grow, right? So it's just, it's like when you're on the ski slope and you fall. Oh, okay, I'm learning, right? So.
Excellent. Let's give a hand to our